All right. So good afternoon, guys. We're trying to be like a celebrity here this afternoon. We're doing the Facebook Live here in Australian Institute of Advanced Studies here in Australia. So mga viewers, to all our viewers there in the Philippines, good afternoon to all of you. Okay, so I am here having Facebook Live in World2Australia website or page because we want to have or to give some inputs to our future international students who are planning to go here in Australia. So, good afternoon to all of you. I'm here with you. I'm here with Ma'am Gloria Collins, a registered migration agent for Australia and New Zealand. So, good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Dan.
Okay,
Good
so-
afternoon, beautiful
Good
ladies.
So, Ma'am Gloria will be giving us a very informative lecture.
Lecture.
Yeah, somehow lecture, yes.
Talk.
For the student visa only. Okay?
That's right.
Just for student
Yeah.
visa purposes.
Yeah.
All right. So, I have here two beautiful ladies, but I think another one will be coming over because she's a bit late. She just came from work.
Yeah.
So, do you mind introducing yourself?
Hi, I am Mary Margaret. I am a graduate of University of St. La Salle in Negros Occidental. I am currently studying Certificate 3 in Individual Support.
And you?
Hi, I'm Stephanie from Camarines Sur, Philippines, and I studied Bachelor of Science in Applied Mathematics from the University of the Philippines, and right now I'm taking Advanced Diploma of Engineering.
Oh,
So
wow.
they came from
That's
well-known
excellent.
school,
Yeah.
La Salle and University of the Philippines.
Yeah, intelligent ladies.
Ayan. So, ayun.
Ngayon.
Ma'am Gloria, what
Yes.
are your objectives or goals? Why did you decide to come up for this
Live.
Facebook Live, particularly for student visa?
Okay. Well, the main purpose is to enlighten international students or would-be international students,
Okay.
especially from the Philippines, because I hear a lot of these horror stories of Filipinos and even other nationalities who come here to study, because of course they were somehow given wrong advice or wrong information when they were starting to look at studying in Australia.
All right, so very good. That's very, maganda yung purpose. You have a very good purpose. Why did you decide to have this Facebook Live? Is it true that there are some horror stories
Yeah.
or,
Wrong information.
wrong
Yeah.
information?
Lots of misconceptions.
Lot of misconceptions.
Yeah.
Okay, before coming here in Australia, what are your expectations? You first, Margaret.
Before coming here, I was expecting that I will be able to get a job right away. I mean, to be able to save and earn money for me to pay my bills and especially tuition fees.
Mhm.
Yeah. However, when I started to look for a job, it was kind of a really big struggle for us. That we get a lot of competition since we have a lot of other students here as well with different nationalities and having the same thing.
How about you, Steph? What are your expectations?
Although I was informed and I was much aware that it would take me like a lot of time before I get a good job, but I was expecting that like for a month I think I will get just a job enough for me to pay
sustain your
bills,
needs.
yes,
Mm.
but
Unfortunately.
unfortunately it didn't happen.
Okay.
Mm.
All right, so that's true. I think majority of the students are really experiencing that
Yeah.
one. So, do you think, Ma'am Gloria, do you think the so-called Australian qualification is a factor why they are having some struggles in getting
In
a
finding
job?
a job, it can be, But of course, if you're a registered nurse in the Philippines, you can't expect to find a job as a registered nurse in Australia because you need to be registered with APRA before you can find
Yeah.
a job. So of course you can't.
But in general, what I mean.
In general, it has to be related. You know, the occupation that you apply for should be related to your previous work experience and to your qualifications.
So is that tantamount of saying that before coming here as a student, they should have a work experience?
Well, yes and no, but you have to be prepared to get a job that is not what you used to do in the Philippines.
Okay. So it is all right, or is it? It is okay for the senior high school graduates to come here and study.
Yes, definitely.
They
Definitely,
can,
yes.
as long as they have this enough funds to sustain their
themselves
needs.
until
Yes.
they find a job, because
All
it
right.
may take you 2-3 months, even up to 6 months, and that's why the department's requirement is if you are level 1 and level 2 risk level, you have access to funds.
Okay, so later
Okay.
on we will have more discussion about this show money.
Show money,
Yes,
yeah.
the show money. We so-called show money
Show
in the
money,
Philippines. Yeah, because as far as I remember, there are some employers who are calling me because some of our students made me as their reference.
Reference, yeah.
Yeah, they are really asking about the previous experience
Mhm.
of these
Yes.
students. So even I think home cleaner or room attendant, they're really particular to work
Yeah,
experience.
Yes, yes.
All right. So my next question is, what are the things for you guys that you didn't expect that it will happen to you or you will experience it here in Australia?
For me, I didn't expect that I would do farm jobs like
Oh, really? You do
yeah.
farming?
fruit and vegetable picking.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's you came from. I mean, you studied in University of the Philippines in Las
Las
Bañas.
Bañas, yeah.
It's known for like I think in
Agriculture.
agriculture.
Mm.
You didn't have a background in
No.
agriculture.
Because my degree is in mathematics.
Yeah.
Ah,
It's
okay.
very far from agriculture.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
kidding. That. Okay. Anyway, go ahead. So you did farming
Yes.
here. You did
Yeah.
agricultural job. So
Yeah.
can you share with us that job that you had before? When was that?
I started last October
Last October
and until now.
until now. So
So a month for strawberry picking and now.
strawberry picking.
Yes.
And-
right now, onion.
Onions.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So were you paid in good money in doing that?
Not so much.
Not so much.
Mm. Mm.
Ah,
But
okay.
it's just a side job. I also have another job. It's like I'm just doing that to add some more money.
Supplement.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
just to supplement your, I mean, to sustain your needs.
Yes.
yeah.
How about you, Margaret?
Yeah, just like hers, I didn't expect that I would be able to do things that I have not done in the Philippines,
Mm.
like the cleaning jobs and
Yeah.
working in a restaurant, being at the
Mhm.
back or in the kitchen. I have not experienced that before, but
Mhm.
they have hired me for.
That's
Yeah.
good. that they've
It's a good
hired-
experience,
yeah,
though.
Yeah, yeah,
You know,
yeah.
there's nothing wrong in doing that
Yes.
kind of job because it's
It's decent.
It's a decent job,
Yeah.
and it's really hard-earned money.
Yeah.
The money that you will get from
you
those
will-
kind of it's
you
really
will
a hard-earned
appreciate
money.
it.
You will
Very
appreciate,
Right?
Yeah, you will appreciate what you.
So how many hours? What time do you start for the strawberry picking or onion picking?
5 a.m.
As early as 5 in the morning.
Because you don't want to work when the sun
It's
is
really-
really hot.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
That's good.
yeah.
Okay.
As long as you make sure you only work 20 hours a week, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because that's the condition for a
Yeah.
student visa while the school is on. But then when you're on vacation, you can work as many hours as you want. Now, it is very degrading, and you probably feel, oh no, why did I come here and I gotta
Yeah.
do this job? But you have to think beyond that.
Yeah.
All right, like a carpenter who builds who puts the bricks, they can either say, I'm just a bricklayer, or they can say, I'm building a church.
Yeah.
So it's your outlook.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not forever. What you're doing now is not going to be forever. So
It's gonna be
don't
an
feel
experience.
so down and degraded. I've been through that as well. And being in Australia, okay, never give up. You're here. You are one of the how many millions of Philippines who want to come and
Yeah.
study here. You are very lucky.
They said
and
that
blessed.
Australia is a land of opportunity. So
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
You just
see.
gotta find.
because I myself is on a student visa as well.
So
Well-
you have to start from the bottom,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then you have to accept that there's also 100 or thousands of international students looking for jobs like you
Yeah.
are. So with you having a job now, it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
We can
better
use it.
than
Yeah,
others.
somehow you
As
are
an
surviving.
experience.
Yeah. And
All
it will
right.
improve. It will not get worse. It will improve.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Having said that experience to us, do you intend to stay longer here?
Of course.
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you were still preparing, going here in Australia, did you receive a good advice about the course that you will be taking?
Not so much.
Yeah.
Kindly elaborate with not so much.
I was only informed that once I get the diploma or the advanced diploma, there are a lot of jobs that I can take. But, however, they didn't inform me that the possible pathway of
Okay, so you were not given an information about after doing that course, you have this. If you want to, you can stay in Australia
yes.
to be a permanent resident, something like that. How about you?
Yeah, to be honest, we were actually told that we're gonna have a pathway after graduating from the course that we're currently studying. But when we get to talk with you, Ma'am Gloria, we were already enlightened on how the future is gonna look like.
There are pathways,
Yeah,
but it may not be clear cut.
yeah,
The explanation that was given to you may not have been clear
Or maybe they chose the wrong word
Yeah.
instead of saying stepping stone.
Yes.
They chose pathway.
Maybe,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So for you, you're a registered nurse in the
Yeah.
Philippines. Your pathway to become a permanent resident is after you finish the bridging course, if you can still.
stay.
I mean, if if you can still do the bridging because
Yeah.
they said they're doing the OBA now.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
so but
well,
since
it's not on yet. The OBA.
yeah, it's not on yet.
Yeah.
All right, so to sum it up, you didn't have that good,
The clear
information.
Explanation, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. And that's because they are not registered migration agents.
program.
Alright.
so that may be the
So-
difference between education consultant
And
and
migration
registered
agent.
migration
Yes.
agent. So there is a really big difference.
Mm.
So because, in my personal opinion, education consultants, they are just, not just, they are giving information for the students who wants to go here in Australia to study.
To study. Yeah.
Because before going here, we are required to make a statement of purpose
Mhm.
that
Yeah.
after the course, we will be going back to the Philippines, to our home country, or work somewhere else.
Yeah.
Right? Well, okay. So my next question is, after your studies, do you have, I've already asked that, and then what was your, here, this is a big topic right now in the Philippines, the no-show money, and
no IELTS.
no IELTS required, because, nurses are really struggling to pass the English required
Yeah.
points for Australia or any other places.
Yeah.
Now, since Australia had this what do you call new rule that they are not requiring nurses or students to have this English qualifications.
Uh-huh.
what was
test.
your English test?
Yeah.
What was your reaction, Margaret?
Well, it's very catchy. I mean, when you hear that word that it's no IELTS and no show money, you would really grab the opportunity because it's like a very great opportunity that you're not gonna have to present or show them enough funds, and not everyone is confident enough to take IELTS or the English test. So
Did you
really grab
think?
it.
Did you think that since Australia is not requiring to have this English qualification, did you think that you can work as a nurse already?
No.
No. So what was your
We were actually
reaction?
informed that there is no IELTS, but when we come here, that's the time we take the English test for us to become registered.
Yeah.
nurses.
All right.
Okay,
So,
that's good.
but
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
still,
Yeah.
you still need to do the English
Yeah.
exam.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now,
But you
Mom,
already
yeah.
have the
How about you?
practice.
How about you?
It definitely attracted me to apply almost instantly because not taking the English exam, you don't have to spend more money for the exam.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because you
It's
need to
very
prepare. You need
expensive,
to
yeah.
review. You need to take the exam. You have to pay, I think, like $500
And
Australian dollars
It
for
also
the
made the
PTE.
process a lot
Yeah.
faster because you don't have to prepare for the exam.
Yeah.
Right.
Because you want to be here quicker,
Yeah.
sooner than
Yeah.
later. Yeah.
Okay, so that is, those are the students' point of view. Now, Ma'am Gloria, can you elaborate how this no show money and no English exam required? How does it work?
How does it work? With the student visa, there are risk levels, all right? And the education providers also has risk level. The Philippines is good because they are risk level 2. The education provider that you're studying now is risk level 2, I think. So that means to say when they do the matrix, then they don't require funds, evidence of funds.
Yeah.
However, you still need to make a declaration that you have access to the funds. Okay, access. So when they say, oh, just give a certificate, but if there's no money there that you can access, that is giving you, you have to access it because when you arrive here, you can't work straight away.
Yeah.
You have to settle down, you have to find a job. Okay, it takes at least 3 months, right? Did it take you 3 months to find a job?
More than.
More than
More
that.
than.
So that's why they say living cost of the first. Okay, so you don't have to sit for IELTS, or it's actually wrong when they say no IELTS because you can sit for PTE or you can sit for TOEFL. You can't use the OET,
OET,
because
yeah.
most of the
So no
university-
English requirement.
Yeah.
No English test
Yes.
requirement.
Yes, you don't need that evidence because we are risk level 2, but of course you still need English test result for when you go for your RN registration, for when you go for your
Further
temporary
studies.
graduate visa, you need competent English.
Yeah.
Right, so it's a good way for RNs to come here when they haven't met the English requirement for registration to get used to speaking English, listening to English, reading and writing, so you can
Okay.
achieve the score
Yeah.
that you need for APRA
So that means that no English test
requirement
requirement
for student visa
For student
application
visa.
only.
for student visa application only, and depending on the course that they're going to take.
Yes, yes, because universities do require that you have English, I think it's 5.5. And it depends on your
Alright,
course.
so-
Because if you do Bachelor of Nursing, because some of the RNs in the Philippines can come here and study Bachelor of Nursing for 2 years. Then they have the Australian Bachelor of Nursing. Then they're registered with APRA automatically.
Automatically.
Yeah.
So
But
there,
you need 7 in each band.
So there you go, guys. You've heard it from Ma'am Gloria, registered migration agent, and at the same time education consultant. That the no English exam requirement is only applicable for
For the student
Student visa.
While Philippines is risk level 2.
risk level 2.
Yeah.
and while applying for the student visa. But if they want to uh, go study for
higher.
study
Yeah.
higher, okay, then they will be required to have an English
Yeah,
requirement.
English test.
And
So,
if you want to apply for
your next visa,
next visa,
if you are eligible for the temporary graduate visa, then you need competent English.
all right. So, ayun.
And RNs, you need proficient score of English.
So, okay, you want to share something, Sam?
Sam.
Okay, Sam is here, our cameraman. Come here.
And he is also a student
Yeah,
here.
he is a student
in
here.
Australian Advanced Diploma of
Good afternoon, everybody.
Australian- Good afternoon.
I'm
They
Sam.
can
Sam.
see you here. Yeah, come over. Yeah.
I am a graduate of Bachelor of Fine Arts in Philippines, and I came here. I studied Certificate 3 and will be studying Diploma soon. I came here because I was promised that I am eligible for post-study work scheme.
Hmm.
Am I?
No, okay, let me explain. Let me explain.
You're not angry, eh?
Most international students, after studying, you can apply for the temporary graduate visa. There are two streams for the temporary graduate visa. One is the post-study work stream, and one is the graduate work stream. What's the difference? Post-study work stream is only for people who have completed bachelor and above. Okay, you can get 2 years of temporary graduate visa if you study bachelor and above, but of course at least 2 years. You have to meet the Australian study requirement of 2-year course. You don't need a skills assessment because it's a bachelor and above. You get 2 years. If you studied in regional area center category 1, you may be eligible for another year of temporary graduate. These are new things that's come up. If you studied in the other regional areas, you may get additional 2 years. So that's 4 years of temporary graduate visa. But you have to study in the regional area.
In
That is
regional area.
for bachelors.
Bachelor and above. Yeah, bachelor,
Not for
master.
diploma,
No.
advanced diploma.
Yeah. So for those international students who studied diploma, advanced diploma, or certificate, because like certificate in commercial cookery or certificate in carpentry, they may be eligible for the graduate work stream. The difference in the graduate work stream is, of course, you have to study for 2-year course, the 2-year course. You have to have a skills assessment for the occupation that is related to what you studied. So if it, for example, graphic designer or multimedia, you have to check graphic designer because the occupation list changes. Your occupation needs to be in the medium long-term list. And you have to have skills assessment, right? Now, if it was multimedia specialist, then you have to have a bachelor's degree to get a positive skills assessment for your temporary graduate visa graduate work stream.
Okay.
Okay, because you did not do a bachelor, then you won't be able to. But let me check the graphic designer because that's different from multimedia specialist.
So every
graphic design is under multimedia.
Yeah, but graphic design, if it's in the medium long-term list, then you may be able to get a provisional skills assessment as a graphic designer. Is that going to be your occupation?
Yes, ma'am.
But it needs to be in the medium long-term list. Occupation list changes.
it is really technical.
And that's
you know?
why nobody can guarantee anything. We, according to our code of conduct, cannot guarantee that your occupation is going to remain in the occupation list.
Yes. It
Right,
may
it
be on the
changes.
list now,
Yeah,
maybe after tomorrow or a week after.
it will not be in the
your
list.
occupation will not be on the
Yeah.
list anymore.
And it's another live stream to explain the different permanent visa that you may be eligible for in the future. That's another live stream
Yes.
because it's long and complicated.
It
And that's
is.
why it's very important to have a professional migration agent to give you advice. Now, what I'm saying here, don't take it as an advice, because I do not know all your specific case. We have to sit down and review your case and review the occupation list and the requirements because every state has different requirements.
Tama.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. But student visa, there are lots of education agents in the Philippines, and a lot of Filipinos want to come here to study because why? Because people say it's the easiest way to come to Australia and work. No, no, no. Student visa is for you to come and study here. It's just a privilege that you're allowed to study, allowed to work 20 hours a week when you're studying, and then unlimited hours when you're on school break. All right? And then, of course, if you have the qualification and the work experience and the guts to pursue further visa options for you, then eventually you may become permanent resident. But remember what you said in your statement of purpose. You're only going to study here, and what you're going to gain in your skills, you're going to take back to the Philippines. That's why you got granted the student visa, because that's what you said. And I hope you guys wrote your statement of purpose, because some education consultants in the Philippines write the statement of purpose for the
their
students. So, you know, sometimes the case officer will interview and they will ask them and they fail. They will be refused because they didn't write the statement of purpose.
They don't know what's on that statement.
So, student visa, there is no pathway to permanent residence, but they may be visas that you will be eligible for after studying. All right? So, is that clear?
Yeah,
The student
that's clear.
visa, yeah.
That's clear.
But as I said, like me, I came here on a student visa many years ago, but the pathway is different then. When you
because
finish
during
studying,
that time it's so easy to come
easy.
here.
You study, you get a job, you apply for PR, they give it to you. Because there were only like 4 million
4 million people.
people in Australia then.
All over Australia.
Now there is about 25 million, so they think that Australia is overpopulated with migrants or international students. That's wrong. Okay, the latest data that we got a few days ago, the Philippines is number 1 in the increase of international students, 101% increase.
Wow.
So a
101.
lot of education.
And there are still
Education consultants sending Filipinos here. Just study this course because
Yes.
that's the course.
You know, I've encountered several Filipino students who came from the Philippines, of course. I asked them, why are they taking that course? It is because
the education
Yeah,
provider
because
said
the-
that's the
yeah.
course that I have
My-
with
my-
the
It's in
college.
the-
they said that my education consultancy said that this is the course that I have to take,
Yeah.
you know. And mind you, students who are planning to go here, you have the right to choose what course you need to
To
take or you want to
study
take
and where to study.
and where to study.
Yeah.
If you cannot, or if the education consultancy cannot provide you or cannot give you the options for the course that you want to take, look for another.
Because there will be many.
Yeah, there
There
are
will be
heaps.
many.
There are lots of
Yeah.
education consultants in the
Regarding that
Philippines.
matter, can we talk like, for example, shifting courses?
Yeah, you can shift courses while you're here, and you can remain on the student visa that you're currently on now, as long as the course that you're going to take is equivalent, right? So if you applied and got a student visa because you're going to study advanced diploma, the course that you're going to transfer to should be advanced diploma or higher, not lower.
But how about for those students, for example, I'm taking management and I want to study Certificate 3 in individual support. Is that possible?
That's fine because that's the same level.
all right.
Yeah, that's the same level.
Well,
Is it also
anyway.
the same with transferring to a different school?
Yes, yes and no, because there is this. They have to give you a letter of release,
Okay.
and you have to study here for like 6 months before
Before
they
they
give you a
yes.
letter of release.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, when you sign your letter of offer, did you read all the fine print? Because in there it will say, if you don't continue studying with them, you're still liable to pay whatever. Okay, so you better check.
So you can, as long as the school will
Yeah.
provide a release letter
Yeah,
for you,
yeah.
and of course, after paying all your responsibilities to your old
So
school.
also think about, this is what I advise my clients when they choose a course. Choose a course where you will gain skills that you can take wherever you are. Because
Like what?
knowledge, not leadership and management, you can
What?
take that anywhere, but then where? No. Like certificate 3 in individual support, you will learn how to take care of the elderly,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
So
It's useful.
if you did not get the opportunity to stay here, you can go in so many different countries because the aging population will
Yes,
need
yes.
aged care support, right? And if you have this certificate that says Australian qualification,
Yes,
wow.
and it might be credited in
Yeah.
Canada as
Yeah.
well.
Yes.
If
So
you
Australia
really
is not
want
the
to.
only country that is, first class.
But that should not be the mentality. You are here.
Yeah, you
You
are
will
here.
work here.
No, but what I'm saying is, if you don't, I don't wish that you don't succeed here, but if you don't, what you study should be something that will be a skill that is added to what you already have. So
Very-
if,
yes.
if they tell you to study something that you don't really like if say you like fine arts and they say go and study certificate for in commercial cookery, but you hate cooking, what's the point
That
of
makes sense.
spending
Yes,
money,
fair enough.
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Because you're not ever gonna cook, so you've wasted that money.
You can't even cook an omelette.
No, that's what I'm saying, because there are some education agents who say,
Yeah.
certificate for in commercial cookery because there's pathway to PR.
Yeah.
But it may not be what you want to do. So I
That's
always
right.
say, even if there's pathway now, there may not be a pathway in 2 years' time. And then if you don't stay in Australia because you don't want to be a cook, when you go home, you're not going to be a cook. So you've wasted the 2 years of studying as a cook,
Yes.
right?
You wasted your time. You wasted your
Money.
money.
Yeah, but you enjoyed Australia.
Of course,
Yeah.
definitely.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Wow, huh? All right. So,
Yeah.
having said or having that conversation, do you think receiving a good professional advice really matters for a student who will come here?
Yeah.
I am
Because-
now enlightened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will definitely make enlightened.
Yeah. And make a,
It will really make a difference.
Yeah,
Yes.
it will give students clear vision of
Yeah.
the future.
yes. And your expectations
Yeah,
are met.
expectation.
Not just attracting you so that they will have income.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so a word of advice for the future international students who are planning to come here and study. Sam, what will be your advice for this future international students?
Research and don't make haste and ask for a professional, please.
Ask for professional advice. Yeah, I agree with that because, especially the Facebook groups,
Yes.
there are lots of Facebook groups that they are raising their questions, their queries, and these private individuals are keep on
Giving them
giving
advice.
advices
Yeah.
or comments or suggestions. They are not aware that every individual has this unique situation.
Yes.
That, for example, you have a certain you are on a unpleasant situation, then you raise that concern in the Facebook group, and then I gave you an advice, which is we're not on the same boat, we're not on the same
Yeah.
situation. So what works for me might not work for you.
Exactly.
So it is really good that they should seek for a professional advice. How about you, Stephanie?
Take the time to study your pathway, and I think it's better if you have different options.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Having lots of options will
Yeah.
really give you more opportunities. Of course, if this one didn't work, I might go to this
Yeah.
other options. Diba, ma'am?
Yeah.
Going back to the camera.
Yeah, for me, it is always best to consult a professional a migration officer so that you're gonna be aware of how your future is gonna look like, and
Yes.
you have to be tough because you're gonna face struggles here as well, especially homesickness.
Oh gosh,
And you
yes.
must have enough funds.
Yes. Number one.
And help each other. Filipinos should
Yeah.
help
Yes.
each other. Yeah, yeah.
Me, my advice for the future international students who will come here: do not let your education consultants decide for what course you'll be taking.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yun lang. That's it.
That's it. Okay.
Now you. How about you, ma'am? What will be your advice?
Of course, my advice is I will have an office soon next
Oh,
year
yeah.
in Baguio. So come and see us in Baguio and also in Manila. I did have an office, and I do have an office there, but it will be a main office from next
Oh,
year.
that's good. So the Filipinos would be able to visit some offices, satellite office.
Yes, yes.
Your head office is here
It's
in
in Brisbane.
Brisbane,
Yeah, yeah.
but
Yeah.
you have satellite offices in
Will be in Baguio,
Baguio
and Manila.
and Manila. So
Yeah.
for those who are in northern Luzon, you can visit World Australia office in Baguio City soon. Ma'am Gloria will be.
2020 is
Yeah.
a year of expansion.
Wow, that's
Wow.
good. I should go there.
But
All
I'm
right.
only a phone call or a messenger away. But please do not contact me at 12 o'clock midnight. or 1
Now you
o'clock
see
in
the
morning.
difference between you see the difference of receiving an advice from education consultant and a migration agent.
Yeah.
So there is really a big difference.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay. Ayun.
All right.
So
How long have we been on live stream?
before anything else, I would like to thank
40.
40
Sir
minutes?
Pankaj and Sir
Yes.
Noel and Sir
For
Nikhil.
Yes.
Yes. So thank you, sir.
And thank you,
Alright.
Sam.
Thank you, Sam, as
We
well.
will have more live stream discussing other visas.
I think there are some viewers who raise questions, but
Oh.
we failed to.
Oh, okay.
to read
We
it.
will
Anyway.
answer. We will
Yeah.
answer
Ma'am Gloria
your
will,
questions
yeah.
later. I will go on the.
You will just reply to
Yes,
the questions.
yes,
All right. So
yes.
that's a promise. Ma'am Gloria will answer all your queries as long as it is student visa related.
Yes.
All
that's
right. So that's all for now. Thank
Thank
you
you.
for watching.
Yay.
Oh, by the way, please like and share this live video, and at the same time the page of World Australia.
That's
This
right.
will be
Yes.
Thank you.
uploaded to YouTube.
And this will be uploaded to YouTube, as well.
Yep. Thank you. And we do
Alright.
have a YouTube channel, World2Australia also.
All right.
Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you for watching.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Like and subscribe.
So